This is Nest by SirRobin, and I'm out here again day before Easter, and I put together a little seek and find in Francis Park for all the beautiful flowering trees. Just on my walk with the dogs this morning, I noticed 5 different kinds of flowering trees that were just beautiful, all in full bloom. I wanted to make sure everybody saw them today. So if you come to the fairy stump and you go straight over to where the sitting log is, where the story of how the fairies get ready for spring, that book is out there for you to read. It's right here on this little log for you to sit on. Very comfortable log. You'll see I posted 2 little signs here. It's a breezy day, so they are kind of flapping around in the wind. But here it is. I'll read it to you. Nest by SirRobin, seek and find in Francis Park. Begin at the fairy tree stump. Then seek SirRobin out near these 5 flowering trees. And on these pieces of paper, it will have 5 different kinds of trees for you to find. The first one's a flowering red crabapple tree. The second one is a light pink crabapple tree. This third one is a red bud tree. And if you go to the next page, you'll see the last remaining 2 trees. And it is a magnolia tree and a flowering cherry tree. And then I mentioned, I hope you enjoy seeing these beautiful flowering trees in Francis Park. Always remember to respect nature, to be kind to all animals, your pets, the animals you meet in the park, and even the insects you discover under rocks, and to pick up trash even if it's not yours. Leave the world a better place than you found it. Ralph Waldo Emerson. And if you can't find them and need some help, go to Nest by SirRobin on YouTube. So this obviously is the YouTube that you'll be listening to if you can't find the 5 trees. So with that in mind, let's start looking for some of these. Now you may have to try a few times. You're not going to get lucky every single time. Well, you may find them all at once. 5 in a row, but since I know where they are and limited space on this video, I'm going to go straight to the trees where SirRobin is. Okay, so the first one, I'm going to this pretty flowering tree, and if you look at the flowers, it looks like a red flowering crabapple tree. And it matches with the tree that I had on the poster. And what do you know it? I look down and there is Nest by SirRobin. So we found the red flowering crabapple tree. I'm going to keep looking around to see if I can see any other flowering trees. And when I do, I'm going to look around for it. So here looks like a light pink color. The bark looks almost like that other one. Of course, it's a lot older than the last crabapple, but it looks like a crabapple tree, and it is light color, but I do not see a SirRobin next to it, so I'm going to move on. Well, I see here 2 more red flowering crabapple trees. We know that. Now that we've seen SirRobin at the one, we know what they look like. And I'm going to zoom in on these flowers, and you'll see it looks just like the one on the poster. So let's keep going. I see some other trees that are a little different shade of pink. And most of the trees that I posted on that picture, on the seek and find, are pinks and reds, beautiful pinks and reds. So I'm coming up to a pink one that to me looks like the picture of that red bud. Let's see if the blossoms kind of match. Really high up there, it's hard to get. I'll see if I can get closer, but yep. Well, here we go. Here's some little blossoms right on this bark. Let's take a look at that. Isn't that pretty? And what do you know it? At the base of a redbud tree is Nest by SirRobin. So now we found 2 of the Nest by SirRobins. Going a little bit closer, just a few steps over, and you'll see that this one looks like a flowering cherry tree. Isn't this a beautiful tree here? Flowering cherry tree. And what do you know it? There's Nest by SirRobin at the flowering cherry tree. Okay, here's another red flowering crab tree. And I'm going to ask you on this one. You already know this tree. You saw this a little bit ago. We saw Nest by SirRobin under it. What was this one called? Do you remember? It's called a redbud. This one I can get a little closer to the branches because they're within reach. Isn't that pretty? I see the dandelions are in bloom too. And then the last tree, I believe, was a magnolia tree. And I'm walking up to magnolia trees here. 3 pink magnolia trees. Their blooms are much bigger than all the rest that we've seen today. And I can get really close to some of these. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to smell and see if... It doesn't smell like much, but I tell you, there's a lilac tree in the alley behind our house, and it smells so good. So here it is. It says Nest by SirRobin. We were right, in a magnolia tree. So I believe we found 5 trees. The magnolia. Walking through here, we found the redbud. We found a red flowering crab tree. And look at all the violets underneath this red flowering crab tree. Isn't that beautiful? With the pink and the purple. Just gorgeous. Oh, and what kind of flower is this? Oh, those are one of those little buttercups. I think it's a little wildflower. It's not a dandelion. Isn't that sweet? But then here's that flowering cherry again. We're walking up to another redbud tree. And this was the redbud tree that has Nest by SirRobin by it. And we're coming up on the ground here. You'll see some beautiful white flowers next to all these purple violets. Aren't these sweet? Very nice. I bet a fairy lives there in the evening. It's a perfect place for a fairy garden. All right. So I think we've gone through 5 different trees. Except for, you know what? I think I forgot to tell you about this one. This is the light pink flowering cherry tree. And you'll see here the placard that says Nest by SirRobin. It's a much older crabapple tree. You can see that the leaves are very similar to the other leaves on the red flowering crabapple. The only difference is that the bloom is different. You can see here. It's hard to take this shot. Let me see if I can get closer over here. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to show you here what this looks like. With the light behind me, it'll be easier for you to see the pictures. So these blooms a lot of them are spent, but you can see that it is a light pink flowering crabapple tree. So there you have it. Here's another flowering crabapple tree right next to it. So I hope you enjoyed your seek and find, and you found all these 5 trees. There's some robins right now jumping around. They're all over the place this spring. You know, robin's my favorite bird. I love them all, but robin's my favorite. So you take care, respect nature, and you have a great day.